3 years seems like a long time when you're 18. Now I'm 21. I start work in 3 days. That time it's just gone by. Hi, I'm Ben. I've just graduated from SOAS in London. I don't know my grades yet. They come out in about 5 days, but I'm pretty sure I got a first. I started my corporate job in like 3 days. These are essentially the 7 things I would say to my younger self. If I was to go through university again, and it's my take on basically my whole experience going back. Hopefully I can get this before my camera dies, but let's begin. The first thing is you can't have many friends. My biggest mistake in my first year of university was thinking you can be friends with everyone. I went to the same school from the age of 7 to the age of 18. So you're basically surrounded by the same people you went in with. Like, your friends are determined by the people you're in school with, the people you're in class with, and that's basically it. As soon as I went to uni, you suddenly have the opportunity to make friends with whoever you want to be. Like, you are suddenly in control of who you want to surround yourself. You can build a life you want to live by bringing people in, saying no to others, and kind of building that around you. I didn't know that. I thought it's best to be friends with everyone rather than be friends with a select few. And now I'm very much a believer in less is more. I have 5 or 6 really close friends who I deeply, deeply cherish. And yeah, it's like, if you're friends with everyone, you're basically an enemy to yourself. And you won't develop that deep connection with really close friends that is so rewarding. The next thing is alcohol is not your best friend. Especially in the UK, I don't really know about the US, but in the UK, there's this common misconception that there's this like uni life that you live. You kind of go out, you club, you party, you drink, especially in the UK and definitely in London in your first year. And I kind of lived that life. It was great fun, but this ties back to your friends. In first year, everyone's drinking, freshers, but that kind of continues on, and it's very easy to fall into the pattern of every week you're going out, you're drinking with your mates, you're going to the pub, maybe you go watch a football game. But it gets to a point where you have to ask yourself, 1, is this financially sustainable? But 2, am I really friends with these people, or am I just friends with the drug? Am I just friends with alcohol? I think my camera's about to die. My battery died, so I had to get another one. But yeah, it's like, are you friends with the people, or are you friends with the alcohol? And I stopped drinking in my second year. And it was when I stopped drinking that I realised that some of these people I hang out with are not my real friends. We're just friends with the alcohol. Number 3. You are going to have that relationship. I don't know what that relationship means for you, but we've all had it. I don't know the specifics, but it's gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt someone else, and you're gonna learn a lot coming out of it. Sometimes you just can't control things, like you're young, you're inexperienced, and you're gonna learn. You just gotta keep moving. Number 4, join a society. But not in the sense that everyone says, oh, to make friends you have to join a society. Like, join a society and get involved. In your first 2-3 weeks, go to Freshers' Fair, sign up to as many as you can. But after a period of time, you have to focus down. Less is more. And for me, I focused on 1. I play badminton. I love the sport. And through my 3 years of university, badminton in this society is where I've really felt true belonging. To the point where I was captain and president in my final year. But those titles don't really mean anything. What really was important was the friends I made, the trips we went on. All of that together that made SOAS what it was to me. Made university what it was to me. Yeah. It will teach you a lot if you take on a committee role. It'll teach you a lot about how you lead, whether you're actually a good leader. When I started, I thought I could do everything myself. Our previous president, Sam, my good friend, he ran the society on his own, a one-man show. I tried doing the same thing, but like I'm not him. And I realized very quickly that one, you have a committee, and it's called a committee for a reason. So you can delegate to people. Your friends can help you run the society. It's really important. But this year, it's off to a much better start. But you learn, you make mistakes. That's kind of what uni is for. Number 5, think about your career. I said at the start that I'm about to start a graduate job. Throughout my 3 years of uni, I've been very fortunate to have been on top of my career from basically day one. After I stopped clubbing, I made new friends, and one of my really close friends now told me about Spring Weeks. So if you're first year watching this, you've no clue, or you're about to go to uni, you've no clue what career you want to go to, what you want to do. A quick crash course is basically lots of different industries, companies basically open their offices for about a week, and you can apply for these programs, and you go in and you get an insight. You have to go through like an application process, you put in your CV, you do these job test preps, but they're really good if you can get them in, and they're really good if you can get into one, and they can really accelerate your career. But just being on top of thinking, what is it that I want to do? Because it might seem like you've got 4 years ahead of you. I had 3. 3 years seems like a long time when you're 18. Now I'm 21. I start work in 3 days. That time it's just gone by. So yeah, there's like a little guide in the bottom, some resources on just career if you're interested. Read up. It's worth doing because it's worth doing. Number 6, go see your family. This only applies if you have a good relationship with your family, or one where it's kind of like working. If you're ostracized, or like you really don't get along, maybe this point's not for you. But for me, it really was quite important. My biggest regret, or one of my biggest regrets from my first and second year, is not spending enough time with my parents. Even though our family home is kind of like in London-ish, it was only an hour and a half back home. I didn't take the time to come back. I didn't take the time to update my parents. I thought, I'm an adult now, I'm 18, I've moved out. I want to like live my life and be my own man. Yeah, but no. You're still kind of a kid, you're still figuring stuff out, you're going to make mistakes. And if you can fall back on your parents, on your family as a support network, especially when you're in a new place, maybe you're in a new city, you're making new friends, like you're not settled yet, being able to call up home and just be like, yeah, I'm having a rough time. Like if your mum drops off food packages, supply packages, it's like the small things like that that really matter and really make your day. It was only around my 3rd term in first year where I kind of realised I need to see my family. I started having lunch with my dad regularly, but it was like small things like that, kind of slowly working back together, slowly building that back up, that really helped. I've kind of realised that staying in contact with your family does not make you any less of an adult, right? In fact, I would argue it makes you more. Yeah, and then finally, enjoy it. Right, like all of those are just pieces of advice. You don't need to listen to them. That's just my 2 cents. It's my hot take. But enjoy it. Like university is such a unique period of time in your lives, one without responsibility, where you don't necessarily have to earn a job. You don't necessarily have to work a job. It's very beneficial if you do, and it can be, if you need help paying bills, it can help cover the cost, but in general you have much less responsibilities. No wife, no kids, no mortgage, no car payment, like no nothing. And you have free roam to explore, try like different things you're interested in, like things you've never done before. Like if you told me I was going to go on a badminton trip to Portugal, with my team. If I was going to fly to San Francisco and work for a startup and then go work a corporate job and then like everything that happened in between, like, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful time, and I really hope you make the most of it. Yeah, I don't know if you're in uni, you're about to graduate, or you're long gone, but please cherish the time while you can. Yours sincerely, Ben. Bye.